Hey guys, so today we're going to look at Ederson's goal kit and comparing it to the subscribers who wants to get a bit more accuracy and power. So let's look at Ederson first. Since the subscriber is right-footed, let's flip the video and let's see the kick. Just go over it briefly. So as Ederson takes his last step, so some things to note, like I put it last time, is where his arm was. Kind of looked like it was coming up in here and then going down rather than coming to the side and up and then down. So that may or may not affect the mechanics. And then a lot of times you see a lot of keepers, even not just Ederson, they have that right hip open, and as they fall through, they might turn it a little bit, but they keep it relatively locked rather than turn it in too much. And one thing to note is you see as Ederson falls through, you see like he's kind of leaned over there, and he kind of crunches down a little bit more as he keeps that hip relatively locked in place. So this helps him get like a lot more forward momentum. So a lot of like goal kicking tutorials tell you to lean back because you want to have loft, but in my experience and also watching Ederson, you kind of want to lean like forward and down into the shot, and then it's really late. You see at this part where he kind of like twists out and then he kind of like leans back just to get that height. So that fall through when you like lean backwards, it's quite late into the fall through. Now let's see the subscriber. So let's compare it frame by frame with Ederson's subscriber in the last step. So here he comes out this way. So, it generally looks fairly similar. Maybe Ederson's arm is a bit more down. Our subscriber's arm is a little more up, but, that might not make too much of a difference. It's just something to note. And then as they swing down, so it kind of looks like he's hitting it kind of with an instep between the laces and the side of the boot. And I think that's what Ederson does too. Rather than the laces, so that's good. But let's see what I mentioned before. I said as soon as Ederson falls through, he like crunches down. So he's like originally like this, and then he kind of curves down forward to bring more forward momentum. But you kind of see the subscriber as he hits it, it's not really crunching down. You see his body like pretty much stays like kind of backwards a little bit more. So I think we can look at another angle, but I think this is where we're going to try crunching down a bit more, and then as it does the follow through, lean back a bit late. I do want to say like this follow through does look really similar. See how Ederson kind of like follows through this way, and so this part looks very similar to Ederson here. So that's quite good. Okay, here's another angle of the side view of Ederson. And here's the subscriber from this angle. Okay, so let's compare it frame by frame. I know the camera's on the opposite side, but hopefully you can make sense of what's happening here. So, as they come, both their arms are out to the side. Ederson's seems a little bit higher, but something we can worry about a little bit later. As they approach the ball, see they're midair, and then the leg comes back like this, and as they plant, you see that it's good. You got a lot of power on that leg coming back that way. Same with Ederson. Now you notice at this point Ederson's kind of like leaned back quite a bit, just at this part where his leg is wound up here. We kind of see this subscriber. It's relatively similar. Maybe Ederson's leaned back a bit more, but I think it looks fairly okay. As they bring the leg down, I mean, there's a couple like minute mechanics, but one thing I want to point out, see, like, the subscriber's like right hip is fairly locked in place. It's not like turned in where you lose like a lot of power and accuracy, and same with Ederson. So that part's good. That right hip is locked in place. You see that you can see the number on his back during the fall through. That means he's almost like turning there, twisting his body there rather than turning the other way. But again, I'll notice like you see how Ederson's leaned back there, and then as he comes in and it falls through, it goes a lot more upright. So that tells me he's like crunching down a bit more in the follow through. And then as he follows through a bit later, I see that that's where he kind of like leans back a bit more. So it's like in the previous clip, it's a lot more light. And you see the subscribers, see like you know, it's kind of leaned back a bit slightly, and then I mean, it does go maybe a little bit more upright, but I think you could try crunching down just a bit more to see if you can get more power. And then really over here is like, during the late part of the follow through is where he can like lean back a bit more to get that height.